I was carefully selected to talk about our history a little bit this morning, probably because I was the first one there. And so I'll talk about the history, a little bit about what we've done along the way, a few statistics and general information. I'll talk maybe 5 minutes, something like that. We've got a lot to do. So what we do, I think most people probably know, but we make tool paths. We do a lot of things that surround the tool paths, but the heart and the soul of the business is really tool paths. We turn the tool paths into G-code, and we drive machine tools. That's the basic premise of the business. A little bit about the history. We were kind of incubated, so to speak, in Wilmington, Mass, starting in 1983. And the business started in that house and that building that used to be a machine tool company called Copy Machine. I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. There was 4 of us, and the original computer we bought is here in the museum if you want to take a look at it. So it was kind of humble beginnings. We eventually graduated from our kitchen to one of the bedrooms to a rental. We built this building in 1989. We started construction on this building in 1998. Moved in about a year later, January 99. And 5 years ago, we added about 16,000 square feet. So the building's about 50,000 square feet. This is our headquarters. Additionally, we've got an office in Gig Harbor, Washington. That's our educational division. That's existed almost for about 25 years, maybe a little bit longer. The type of company, we're a simple family business, corporation. There's no outside investors. Very, very simple. And I like to talk about the value of the company, so to speak. And the value is really in the employees. There's a lot of intellectual property that they have. The value is in our business partners, the resellers. We've got a few here today. There's a shot at a recent dealer meeting. And of course, the product is intellectual property. It's hard to hold it in your hands. And without our customers, we wouldn't have a business. So if anybody is a customer today, thank you for that. You've helped us exist. So the products, we've got a number of products, but you can see that the flagship is a milling product. We drive milling machines, lathes. The bulk of the business is milling mill. Here's where we sell in the U.S., and this just happens to be where most of the industry is. This is where our educational sales are, and this happens to be where the people are in the schools. So, and half our business is in the U.S., the rest is scattered throughout the world. We're in about 60 different countries. And according to SIM data, we've got about 14.5% of the market share based on seat, not based on revenue. We're up to about 175,000 installations. I think our first year in business, we had maybe 2 installations, something like that. So it's come a long way since then. What's changed in 30 years? Well, and like everybody, we got a lot older. That's close to 30 years old right there. But I like to say we outlived a lot of competitors. That's our secret ingredient, is that we've outlived a lot of people. We're still here. What else changed? Our marketing has changed. It's become a lot more professional. That's our current release as of a couple of weeks ago. Our interface changed. This is version 1 on an Apple. It's changed a great deal. Our current interface is more modern. We're always changing it. We started with 3 tool paths, and now we're probably well over 100. Our taglines have changed over the years. Here's our current tagline with our 30th anniversary, trying to get a little mileage out of the 30-year number. I like to talk about the Mastercam community, and it's something we're all proud of. That's just a typical picture at reseller meeting. We have the German representative with the Japanese and Canadian, and they all get along, they like each other, they help each other along, and so it's a strong community. It's like a big family, and that's one of the secrets to our success as well. I've got a few historical pictures from long ago. I wish I had more back then. This was just about 30 years ago. And this child is now right there. Why don't you raise your hand there? My daughter. You can probably see who these two guys are. Here's the brains of the operation the first few years. Jack Summers, he retired about 11 years ago. He was the sole programmer for the first couple of years, and was here about 18 years. Our first customer I like to always mention, Connecticut Tool. I like to say without a first customer, a business is not a business, it's just a hobby. And I don't like to forget our roots. The owner of the building I showed initially, Dave Shabby, he's on the left there. He helped fund the company for the first couple of years. He was a key person. So we have a debt there. I want to next mention our special guest speaker, Bob Bechtold. And I think Bob may not talk about some of his background. I want to make sure I do just a little bit. Bob and his brother Mike and Linda have been connected with us almost since day one. They're very special people. Like any business, everybody needs some help to get started, and Bob and Mike were two of those people. Now, Bob actually has a business, a shop that is very unique and different because they make most of their own power. Bob is kind of, he's a businessman, but he's kind of a Renaissance man. He does a lot of different things, especially with energy and power. In the background there, you can see a power plant he built that creates some of his power. He also has experimented heavily with windmills, and he recently installed a 300-foot tall windmill at his facility right outside Rochester. And I don't know if he's going to talk much about that. I just wanted to give a little bit of background there. It's kind of a unique and incredible story. Anyway, Bob, you're up next. Come on up.